And there was an item that I swear, I packaged it up and it still showed that it hadn't been shipped and it was overdue. I'm like, oh boy, what happened? As author Anthony Brandt has said, other things may change us, but we start and end with family. I've been picking the Commonwealth for 20 years, searching high and low at yard sales, thrift stores, antique malls, garages, and sometimes even barns for treasures I can pass on to new homes through eBay. But now as I watch my little ones growing up before my eyes, I find that my real treasures are right here with me every day. So join us as we pick, flip, and resell on our 2 eBay stores and in our 3 antique booths. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, welcome to the cabin. You know, I haven't done a video on the post office in like 10 days. And I'm like, all right, we finally got this, everything's calmed down. And like all of a sudden, nope. 2 big things happened today that really put this thing back in my mind. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Now, not all bad news. One thing is really awesome and I had to eat my words a little bit. And then one thing is like, here we go again. And so many people have been asking me to give them an update. So I thought I would. And some awesome sales today. Let's take a look. There's an absolute ton of people always interested in this post office stuff. And, you know, I did a video not too long ago talking about how I really think the post office is trying to lose customers. And I wasn't being facetious. I was being serious. They are purposely trying to do it to redo their model a little bit. And we might have time to talk about that a little bit today as well. But this clear ashtray and cigarette holder, I picked it up. I don't like to pick up clear stuff very often. But I'm like, man, how often do you come across that? I don't think I paid much. I might have paid like $3 for it, $2, something like that. And I knew it would sell eventually. It took a while. This one sold for $25 plus shipping. We're going to do 3 more sales before we start talking about the post office stuff. Almost tripped over that ladder right there. This one finally got listed. It'll give you an idea. You know, when you have a death pile, the stuff at the bottom of the death pile is the oldest stuff. Well, I got this at the 127 sale last year. And just, we didn't pay much for these Cobalt chargers. And this one sold for $25 plus shipping. I think it's this one. Were they both the same? I gotta go back and look at that. I don't know if they're identical or not. I think they were. But I gotta make sure. No, they're not. Oh yeah, they are. Those are identical. So we're good. So $25 plus shipping on that one right there. I want to say we maybe paid, we didn't pay more than $5. One thing I always think the post office is going to be good for is media mail because it's super cheap. But let me tell you, I've even had some events where media mail, UPS beat them lately with some massive media mail buys. So this is an older 8-track lot. It's not one of the recent ones that we did, but you know, it wasn't a great lot. Matter of fact, I thought about undoing this lot and putting it in the other lots we were doing, but I'm like, it's already listed. We'll leave it. Not huge names here. Well, some huge names, but not necessarily great 8-tracks. So let's take a look at them there. But those sold for, I think, under $12 plus shipping. So nothing huge, but I'm into them for pennies. Back again to the media shelf. And if you remember this shelf we bought, actually I bought it quite a while ago, but the video just came out not too long ago on the Picker channel. You might recognize it. You recognize that shelf from that video? We paid $10 for that shelf right there. And I knew it would be just a perfect fit right here, which is why we did it. The best, what was that sale? Once in a lifetime sale. Return of the Jedi right there. I think that's where that one came from. And those actually, yeah, pretty sure that's where it came from. Those right there, it's Atari 2600 cartridge. That sold for $25. Not too bad. All right, so here's the post office store. I got 2 stories here. The first one, the post office did me a solid favor. And I can't believe it really, well, I can believe it actually. But it was incredibly nice. So I'm prepared to come on here and eat crow and be like, all right, every bad thing I say. First of all, you got to realize I'm not talking bad about the post office or postal employees. I had a lot of people criticize me for that. And if you really paid attention, I was praising tons of postal employees who have gone out of their way for not just me, but for others, and they're just kind people. It was just a couple of people that I was having a difficult problem with, and I didn't quite navigate it probably the best way on my part, but they certainly didn't either. And so I did have some issues, and they were serious issues, and I still have those issues. But there's a couple things that happened lately that changed that a little bit, certainly one. All right, so if you wait around sometimes to the end of the video, sometimes you don't get to see it, but after the video is done, sometimes my wife will come down here and help me ship, which is awesome. She's really good at it these days. She's quick at it. I'll take some of the bigger items. She'll take a bunch of small stuff, and we just knock it out really quick. And then we do bulk shipping. Now, when we do bulk shipping, it's super, super easy to do that scan sheet. We always do, and we put it in a separate bag, and then we have some that we'd like to have scanned in. Then we have some from CommonwealthPicker.com, and it makes it, a little bit more complex, which was some of the issues. But this time, it made it complex for a completely different issue. Now, we don't have packages here, but just imagine this. Imagine this thing after all the packages are packaged. They've all been weighed, and so they have the weight on them. If they're too big, if there might be a dimensional issue, we write the dimensions, even though that's usually not the case. You could just put 12 by 12 by 8 for that, and it's fine, right? It doesn't even have to be close. You put 12 by 12 by 8 for that, and it's not going to make a difference in the cost, whether it's 12 by 12 by 8 or whether it's 7 by 4 by 4. No matter if it's correct or not, it's not going to make a difference in the cost because it's not over a cubic foot. All right, that's not really completely relevant to what I'm talking about. I'm showing you the table over here because my wife packages all that stuff. I'll package that stuff, and we just leave it on the counter. And then I go over here to the computer, and she'll call out the item, and we'll put in the measurements. We'll put in the weights. Sometimes we don't change the measurements. Most of the time, the weights are correct anyways, but we'll go through and we'll do all that. And then we print off the labels. And once the labels are printed off, I have all the labels, and I look at the sheet, and then I look at the what sold list and the addresses, and I'll tell her a name, and I'll hand her the sheet, and she'll put it on the correct item because each item has the name listed on, not the name, it has what the item is listed on it. So we did all that, and we put them in bags. At the end of the day, we took all this stuff off here, and we put them in the bags here. And my dad came by in the morning because he was borrowing my truck, and he took all the stuff to the post office. The next day I came in here, and there was an item that I packaged it up, and it still showed that it hadn't been shipped and it was overdue. I'm like, oh boy, what happened? The only thing I could figure that happened is exactly what did happen. So when you're doing bulk shipping, you go on there and you put checks next to everything that you want to do later, and then you remove those items, and then you're left with everything that you're going to ship right then. And so I accidentally put a check mark by the item I was shipping out. It was a casserole dish, and then that item didn't get shipped out. Then that item didn't appear on our shipping list. So when we shipped everything out, we put labels on everything, and then we packed up all the stuff in the bags and put that one in there without a label on it. It didn't have a label on it because we didn't print the shipping for it because I accidentally clicked that button. See, I'm not blaming Blue Ridge Mama. Although, normally when I do it, I'll take the items that I've put the label on it, and then I'll put those on the floor so that I'm left at the end with anything that I haven't done. But she doesn't do it that way. It's not her fault. It's my fault because I clicked that button. But that might have solved it as well. See how I did that? I blamed her a little bit, but not too much, so I wouldn't get in trouble. But you get the point, right? So this is an issue that has never happened before that I can think of. So I took an item, well, I didn't. My dad took an item to the post office that didn't have a label on it. We didn't know. And we put all that stuff up there. And they actually must have had a scan sheet, right? But they must have gone through and scanned each item. They must have. Because if they had a scan sheet, they just would have thrown all that stuff in the pile, right? That's what you would think. And so they probably scanned each item and then said, there's nothing to scan here. And then they saw my return address on there, which is my P.O. box at that post office, and they kept it. And my dad brought it back to me the next day. I had figured it out already. I had a feeling it was going to come back to me, and I had a feeling I was going to have to go down there to the post office and pick that thing up, and depending on the person who was there, they might not have liked it very much. I'm not sure. I don't know. Probably not. But sure enough, it did come back, and it had 1427 on it, so they knew that it was my package, and they knew it didn't have a label on it, and they didn't throw it in the garbage. They brought it back, and we were able to ship that thing out. Now, I'm going to get dinged for shipping it a day late, but I'm okay. I've got some room right there. You can do that, I think, 3% of the time before they remove your top-rated seller, and we're down, way down there, like under 1%. So it's not going to kill us. But that was awesome. I was prepared to come in here and eat crow and say how awesome these folks were. I don't know who it was down there that did that, but I'm appreciative of it. And then I got a message just a little while ago that the post office has lost one of my packages. Well, that's not entirely accurate. Somebody on eBay sent me a message for one of those twisted radio waves. They're like, hey, the tracking on this hasn't moved in, 2 weeks. Something's going on with it. And sure enough, I looked at it, and it left the post office here at the end of March. And that's it. It just disappeared. So it's, it's not that big of a deal. But the ironic part is we had 1,000 of those things. And they're like, just ship us another one. And I'm like, wow, this could have happened 999 other times and I could just ship them another one, but I'm finally out. So I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. And I just gave them a refund. This was an awesome pickup at the 100 mile yard sale. I picked up, you see these right here, these Carnival bottles, stretched, you know, blown glass kind of stuff. At the fairs, I used to have them in the, well, a long time ago, 60s, 50s. And these are probably from the 70s is my guess. And I've seen them a bunch and I never picked them up. And then I just decided that the Mountain Dew ones were so cool that I had to pick them up. They were so cheap at a sale. And I looked on eBay and I had the only ones out there. I'm like, well, I'm going to put 50 bucks on it. And it's sold, 50 bucks, and it's going through global shipping. So I'm going to have to probably double box that is my guess. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. Put some American Bubble Boy on it and then put it in one box and then put it in another one. And hey, that's pretty good, 50 bucks plus shipping on that. I had to go put a long sleeve shirt on. It's chilly in here right now. It's crazy. It's supposed to warm up tomorrow though. And speaking of being warmer, this is one thing that I thought would sell a long time ago. It is a sweet looking Harley towel. And maybe I won't unfold it. Maybe I'll put a picture of it up here for you so you can see it a little better. But I thought this one would sell. It's vintage, of course. I mean, you can tell the tag is vintage right there. Made in Taiwan. And that one sold, and I think it sold for, hold on, let me look. Yep, sold for $28.50 plus shipping. Came from the High on the Hog sale. Love that sale. Still have so much left. Actually have one tub full of stuff from that sale. I haven't listed any of it, and it's the highest price stuff. It's the Harley parts. $23 profit, $170, $345, and still have the bulk of that sale left. Next one should be right on top. I left it there last time. 3633s. They're 505s. I have a bunch of them in there, but yep, there they go. Straight leg, 3633 Levi's. I thought these would go for more, to be honest with you, but they didn't. Orange tab. I took an offer on them. Took a long time to sell. They've got that crease and a little bit of discoloration, so that may be the reason. But we still got $18 plus shipping for them. And usually we would ship them out in one of these right here. Take a poly bag first and kind of suction the air out of it and then put it in there. Except for sometimes you got to be careful because sometimes it's cheaper just to put it in a poly bag than to put it in a flat rate bubble mailer if it's going somewhere close. So definitely look, just don't automatically put them in there. And just wanted to say thank you to Kim for buying plans to build the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. Next one went to a viewer. I think first viewer sale of the day. Part-time picker drawer right here. Little PVC character came from the once in a lifetime sale. And the reason these are $8 free shipping, so there's not much money, but there were like 5 of them, so made it worth it to me to list them because you just do one listing. So that guy right there. So for $8, and Patrick, thank you. And Patrick's a viewer. He says he's a new reseller. He's trying to sell some things that he has, make a little bit of money. He says 4 scams and 1 legitimate purchase. That happens a lot. There's a couple things you can do. I personally, and some people tell you the opposite of what I'm going to tell you. I personally would not do best offers. I would only sell things at the price that I have them listed as a new seller. I would certainly not ever accept an offer that was higher than what you're selling. It is definitely a scam. I also would price the item below the competitive market value, put a good shipping price on it, and don't do any offers. I would do that, and it's not popular to say that because people like me who are selling, they don't want new people coming in and undercutting them. But don't undercut it like crazy, but undercut it a little bit and get 5 or 6 legitimate sales in, get a little bit of feedback, then you can slowly start to raise it back up to the market price. I think that's the way to do it. I would not do best offers for a little while. I would also turn on immediate pay, and I would not run auctions for sure. Turner's got a sale. You know how at Christmas there's always one gift that everybody wants? That's what this was back in 1997. 1990. Yeah, everybody just had to have a Tickle Me Elmo. But they're not really worth that much because everybody got one. Most everybody got one. And that sold for I can't remember. I think I'm just under $15 plus shipping for that one. And it went to Hannah's mom. Hannah's mom. She says that her mom loves watching our show. And I bet she loves watching you. And so she got that one. And this one went to, I don't know if this one went to a viewer or not. But we're going to say thank you to Susan because there was a message. They just said thank you. So I don't know if that's... occasionally you get messages from non-viewers, so... That's a peep. Did you have any peeps during Easter? Did you eat any peeps, little marshmallow bunnies? I don't think I saw. Did you have peeps? Did you? Okay, cool. All right, so those are pretty good. That one sold for $14. That one sold for under $15 plus shipping. Definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
Pepper just came in, and so I figured I would open up this gift here from Fat Catfish. It's a viewer who has this company. And I think his wife helps him run it or something like that. If I've got the details wrong, I'm sorry. But Pepper likes them. You get a winner right there. Maybe you should sponsor the Trash to Cash podcast. That might be a good idea. At any rate, I don't know. As long as Dave and Carrie get no money from it, then I'm good. You like those, huh? You like Fat Catfish? You like that? All right. Well, I'm glad you like it. Pepper, look, they even addressed it to you and Sophie. That means we can't give it to any of the other cats. No name, no Dobby, none of the other cats. Got it? Definitely no Boots, right? Had to dig for this one. There's so many of these in here, but this was the last one of these ET Charmed necklaces. And we were selling those for $6 plus shipping. Still have a lot of stuff left in here, like earrings. These are cool. And a few necklaces, I think, but they're all different. So there's Gertie. At any rate, we found it. $6 plus shipping. Sold an 8-track for $12.99 plus shipping. I love that. Have that LP over there. And it's Kiss Dress to Kill right there. If it wants to come out, it doesn't want to come out. There we go. Kiss Dress to Kill. $12.99 plus shipping. Sold another NWO decal. We're down to 53 left. That was a great buy. We paid 20 bucks for a stack of like 100 of them. And we're selling for $10, so we're not making a ton on them, but when you do it 100 times, you're doing pretty darn good. And this one went to a viewer. Went to Michael. He says, thanks for the offer. I'm a viewer. Recently purchased the Doors vinyl for my daughter. I remember that. Thank you for that too. If you can you please include a Commonwealth Picker sticker? That would be awesome. So thank you. We definitely will. So here's the stuff we include right here. I have a card right here. We put that in there, and then we put one of each of these stickers, the little stickers right here. These stickers right here are for sale, or a little bit more expensive, but well, let me do it over here. There you go. You can see them. So that's the Commonwealth Picker sticker, the big die cut over there on CommonwealthPicker.com, and then one for the Flipper channel. These are the ones usually I give away in the back of my backpack. Not my back pocket, but my backpack. And then we get Things Moving sticker. We're getting low on those. That's all there is left of those. Reagan's been excited about Whatnot and starting that. And so she came up with the idea of putting all 3 stickers together and selling them as a bundle over on Whatnot, like as a buy it now for people who came over and watched at a discount, of course. And I said, sure, let's do it. So I'm just going to have to order a few more stickers, I think. But if you haven't checked out Whatnot and you want to check it out, see what it's all about, go ahead and go down to the comments below, not the comments, to the description of the video. And I think I have it in my link tree. I'm not quite positive, but you go down there and you sign up, you get $10 free. I get $10 free to spend on Whatnot. And there you go. Maybe we'll do them for $10 and you can go over there and get those for free with that $10. So anyway, that's what we're planning on doing right now. And I know she's excited about it. And I'm pretty excited about it too, because we're still ramping up eBay. We're getting listings. If you follow our store, we're getting those listings going up. We're consistently over 1,100, even though we're selling, you know, a ton of stuff in here. We keep going up, which is cool. I like that number to not necessarily go up because we're selling a lot of stuff. But if we're selling a lot of stuff and we're going up, you got the best of both worlds. All right, we sold an Enderman right here. The original. We only go one a week right now. Doing it real slow because we're going to run out. And this one went to Alyssa, and she left a message that I just have to read you. All right, so first, Alyssa, thank you very much. I'm glad you got one. You know, dwindling supply. So when they're all sold out, you never know what the value is going to be, right? We're always going to have our own CWP branded one, but your family motivates my family to get everyone involved in our store Hidden Treasure Coop, the Hidden Treasure Coop. I like that. It's a family affair. I'm hoping the Enderman helps us get things moving as we try to grow our reselling business. I have recently had people start to give me stuff for free as I received a whole case. It's always good to tell people what you do. As I received a whole case of Flyp children's enemas. Not NMN, enemas, like actual enemas from Flyp for children. I'm usually game to selling anything, but I'm hesitant on this one. The question I have for you is, would you sell them? Meaning, not would I sell them for you, but if it were me, would I sell them? I assume that's what you're saying. Is it a liability? Interested to hear your take. All right, so here's my take, and this is completely off the top of my head here because I've done no research on this. I probably should before I say this, but I'm thinking those are over the counter. There's nothing prescription based here that I can think of. If it's prescription, obviously it's a no, but I don't think enemas are prescription based at all. I think they're just over the counter. I actually think they're probably pretty cheap. And so I don't know that there's much money in it, to be honest with you, but I would go check eBay and see if somebody's selling them. Yeah, I would think you could sell them. Maybe there's an expiration date on something like that that would maybe preclude you from doing it. But if it has if it doesn't have an expiration date, or if it has an expiration date and it hasn't expired, you probably have to lock them up and sell them, is my guess. I don't know. I guess yes. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if it's prescription. I can't imagine it being prescription. It's got to be over the counter, and it can't be worth that much. But yeah, if it's a box of them, maybe just sell the whole box. What do you think? If you're new to the show, we have our own plush enemas. People ask me all the time, what is the deal with it? And I always point them to a video explains it. But we have these in CommonwealthPicker.com, and we sell a ton of them, but every once in a while I pull out a couple folks and just say thank you to them as a thank you to everybody. Today, to Robin and Catherine, thank you all very, very much for getting your own enema man from CommonwealthPicker.com, and we hope he gets things moving for you. $36 for this Emerson DVD VCR combo working. Bellara Mary Kay perfume, $20 plus shipping. All right, y'all, Reagan's here. A ton of sales, and I like your necklace. Is that one of your new ones you made?
Yeah, I made it.
Reagan's gonna be selling. She's excited about Whatnot. By the way, if you want to go check out Whatnot, check us out on Whatnot. There is a link below. You can do that, and you get $10 to spend on Whatnot. So do we, which is cool. And she's gonna be doing that in May, and she's excited to do that. And she asked me if she could sell a necklace or a bracelet on there every once in a while. I said sure, of course you can. So that's how she'll make some extra money too. And you got a bunch of sales, and we got all kinds of sales. Here's the Trash to Cash hats. A bunch of these got bought. I think there's just one or maybe two left is all at this point. So thank y'all for that. I appreciate it. What else you got?
Monique, all things pretty, not so pretty and weird, got a sticker and
all things pretty, not so pretty and weird.
Yeah.
I like
sticker
it.
and Enema Man. Catherine got an Enema Man. Yvette got a fanny pack. Robin got an Enema Man.
Fanny pack.
Matt Victor got something, but you didn't put it down.
That's an Enema Man. I didn't put it down on the
sheet. A little squiggle.
Oh, Matt Thrifter Sifter. He got a Trash to Cash hat. I'm pretty sure he got that. So this is Thrifter Sifter right here. There you go. Now you know what he looks like. He's over there on Facebook. He's huge on Facebook. He's huge also on Instagram and on TikTok. Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel as well. So, Matt, thank you. He's also a friend of mine. So, thank you very, very much. And thank you, Reagan. That's just a little bit of what you guys got going on this week. So, you and Bub's girlfriend going to be busy tomorrow.
Bye. And don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
All right, you'll notice I didn't say anything the whole episode. But this is the one where we're giving away that GoPro. So, we're going to announce that in just a second. And let's see if there's anything else I got to say. It looks like that's it. Just thank you. Whoop, I dropped something. Thank you, as always, for all the support, for all the affiliate links and Bubble Boy and all the stuff that y'all do all the time. I appreciate that. So I commissioned another bracelet from Reagan. This one, I don't know if you're able to see that or not. This one I had a special intent for. And if any of you know Tim over the years out there, he is on YouTube, he's on Whatnot, he's on Instagram, he's got, all kinds of different stuff going. Well, he's a friend of mine, and Josie is too. If anybody went to the reseller rally, you met both of them, and they're wonderful people. And I wanted to auction this off because so many people have asked me about the next one to auction off. of Reagan's bracelets. So I bought it from her, and she's not cheap. Takes her a lot of time to make these things. And I'm like, give me one of those. I'll pay you for it. And I'm going to auction it off, and I'm going to give the money to Tim. We're obviously making our own gift, our own donation as well. But I wanted to do a little something extra for him, for all he does for the reselling community, and just think he's a terrific guy. And we're going to do that. And we'll put it with our stuff. We might put it with a mug, a first edition mug or something like that, and raise that money and then give him a nice gift. So anyway, that's the plan. And here is the winner. And I was so happy when this one popped up. And I probably, to be honest with you, should have run it in front of the screen on this one because it's a big giveaway. But we do it upstairs. The internet's better up there. And the kids like to do it. So I could have recorded it. I guess I should have. But this one went, thank you, by the way, to Adam, if you remember, Pickologist. That's what you're supposed to put in the comments, and he has a Facebook page, Pickologist. But this one went to somebody who's been watching the show at least 2 years, which is really cool, because sometimes that doesn't happen. Retired, good times. Congratulations, you have won the GoPro. Now, you had to watch all the way to the end without me saying anything, so there's a chance that they don't claim it. If they don't claim it, we'll give it 2 episodes and we'll run it again, and maybe you'll have a chance to win, and we'll be doing some other giveaways as well. So thank you for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time.